Prevost is 100 years this year. They started with bus production in 1924. And here at UMA 2024, we have the brand new H345, but we also have a replica of the first bus ever made from Prevost. And not only that, we also have the grandson of the founder of Prevost. Say hello to Marco Prevost.
My name is Marco Prevost and I'm the product manager at Prevost. I am the grandson of the founder of Prevost, Eugene Prevost. I've been working with Prevost since 1998. I started in the company at the engineering department and I went to various departments after that. I even moved down to United States to work at Volvo in Greensboro, and then I came back directly with Prevost in 2017 when we opened our service center in Winter Garden in Florida. 2020 I came back to Quebec at the factory, and since then I'm holding that position as product manager. My grandfather was a carpenter and he was also a little bit in mechanic. And one of his friends in St. Clair, a gentleman called Georges Roy, came to him and asked him, Eugene, you have to build me a bus on that truck chassis. Initially, my grandfather said, no, I don't have time to do that. I'm not sure if I want to do it. Mr. Roy came back a couple of times and to try to convince him. He talked with my grandfather, talked to my grandmother, Clarice, and should I do the project? And she said, come on, Eugene, do it. And then Prevost was born that night. Clarice, my grandmother, was very supportive of my grandfather during the whole journey of the bus business. She was helping him a lot. They had over 10 kids together. She was working the house. She was sewing the bus seats at night. And she was very supportive. And to honor her, we named the replica Clarice in her honor. The first 5-6 years in the 20s, slow growth, you know, first year a bus, the second year 2, then 3, and then it became a factory, more employees. 30s, you saw a big increase. The building was growing, you needed more place in the factory. The design started to change. Then he started to take other projects, stretching trucks, building ambulance, building fire trucks. Moving to the 40s, he started to focus more on buses and creating his own design of buses, starting to move from wood frame to steel frame. And then arrived the 40s, Second World War, big contract with the Canadian Army to move troops from all over the country to the Maritimes to ship the troops over in England. He had to go back from steel frame to wood because steel and aluminum was reserved for the war effort for tanks and airplanes. So he went back to wood. Funny story, the conscription happened in Canada, so all young men unmarried had to go to war. There was a lot of those people at the factory and they were started to be drafted by the Canadian Army. So my grandfather went to the Minister of Defense in Ottawa and told him, look, we're building buses for you, for the war effort, and you're taking out all my employees. So at that moment, the factory became a war factory and everybody was safe and could not be drafted if they were working at Prevost. So it became a very popular place to work. Then big contracts came after that, early 50, and then a big downturn economy and everything. My grandfather got sick. His health was really bad at that time. The company changed hands. A gentleman called Paul Normand bought the business, restarted building buses. His son, André, came in the company in the 60s, early 60s, coming out of the university. They started the motorhome business, the shell business. They took Prevost to another level. in the 60s, 70s, very innovative like my grandfather was. And the 80s, brand new factory, huge factory, created the H560, the articulated bus, which is the ancestor of our flagship vehicle, the H345. Huge increase in employees. The company was booming like this. And then in 95, André Normand sold the company to Volvo and another company called Enlace. And we continue working the same way, same culture. We stayed Prevost, and then 2004, if I remember correctly, Volvo became 100% owner of Prevost. And since then, I mean, we've been growing, developing new products. We have access to all the Volvo technology, so we can continue to be innovative. And what's after 100 years, the culture that my grandfather implemented still there. It's the family business. Everybody knows everybody. We are loyal, honest. We work towards one goal, creating something that creates value for our customer. And we want to be very close to our customer to understand their needs and how they operate to create value for them. Yeah, Volvo absolutely recognized the Prevost brand in North America being a premium brand. They have been very supportive to us to keep that name, that brand alive and push to bring it to another level. So my cousin André, he's retired now. He always had a dream to replicate the first Prevost bus. And we were discussing, and we knew that the 100th anniversary was coming, and we said it would be fun to have the replica for the 100th anniversary. We start looking. My cousin Richard started to look to find the same truck chassis my grandfather used in 23, a Rio Speedwagon 1923. Lots of research, lots of, okay, this one, no, it's too much repairs to do on it, and another one too expensive. Richard became a member of the Rio Club of Americas. A month after, somebody wrote to him and he had the chassis ready to sold to us. So we jumped in the truck trailer, went down to Tampa Bay in Florida, bring it back to Quebec. So it was 26 hours going down, 26 coming back. We needed to cross the border before 4 on Friday because we would have been stuck there for the whole weekend. So we did it. And then right after that, we started to rebuild Clarice. So we removed the bed of the truck, we removed the cabin, so we kept only the engine and the engine walls and dashboard. We were fortunate enough to have the bodybuilder schematic from Rio in 1923. They were found on eBay. So I was able to modelize in 3 dimensions the chassis. So I had all the critical dimension. So I did that. After I had the chassis in 3 dimensions, we modelized the cabin from the one picture we have. We have only one picture. We knew that it did not extend the frame. So we knew it was 6 windows. So we did a split. And that's how we did it. And we bought a bundle of wood, we laminated our cross section in one piece, and then we used the aluminum sheet that we have on our roof today, our bus roof, and we take that same material to do the sides and the top. And the interior is done in cedar. All the framework is done in ash wood. We also had some discussion about the seat layout. Were the seats front facing or sideways? We knew that the vehicle was had a capacity of 10 people including the driver. So we did some testing. The only way we could get 10 people in that bus was sideways. So that's what we have done. The cushion were sewed by Eugene's daughter, Louisette. She's over 80 years old, and she did all the sewing of the cushion like her mother was doing in the 20s and 30s. It was a family affair. And Richard's son, Nicolas, is the 4th generation, and he's working at Prevost as a paint preparer, and he prepared Clarice for painting. During the summer shutdown, the vacation, we took Clarice in the paint booth in the factory, we painted it, and then we were ready to show it to the world. And it's working fine. It's going to 25 miles an hour, a whooping 25. I'm telling you, the truck is in perfect condition. But it's very difficult to drive because you have the throttle on the steering wheel, you have the timing also. So you're always working on, you don't take the steering wheel by one hand and chill. No, it's a big work to drive that.
Thank you so much for your story, Marco. It's brilliant to hear what you have experienced, your story, and also your personal touch from the Prevost family. And if you like what you see here tonight, click the button down here. It's called subscribe, and then you will see all the future videos from us here in Bussmagasinet. Have a great day. Drive safely.